Hello, third grade. In our reading skills for the next couple of weeks, we will be adding these I Read prep. Now, part of I Read is that we will be working in different categories to practice what we have already learned. Each time you will have 6 boxes that practice a new category that you will be tested on in I Read. Now, how this is going to work is you will be reading the passage above, recording yourself reading out loud, and then highlighting your answers for each one of these. Now, some of them will not have direct evidence, but some of them will. So today we will do this one together, and eventually you'll be doing them on your own. Now let's go ahead and start at the top, playing in the snow. Very appropriate for the snow we've been having. Ding dong! Ooh, that's onomatopoeia. Would you answer the door, Abe? Asked Grandma. It's probably Jake. I told him that you would be spending the day with me today. Jake and Abe were both 8 years old. They liked playing together whenever Abe visited his grandma. Abe walked to his grandma's front door. When he opened it, he saw Jake. Jake was bundled up in a coat, snow pants, a hat, gloves, and snow boots. Do you want to come outside and build a snow fort with me? Jake asked. Yes, I'll meet you outside in a minute, Abe replied. Abe put on his light winter coat. As he was zipping it up, Grandma walked by. You can't play outside in the snow with that light jacket, Abe. Besides that, you don't have a hat, mittens, snow pants, or snow boots. Abe reached into his pocket and pulled out a pair of gloves. I have these, he replied. Just wait a minute, his grandma replied. I'm sure I can find a few things for you to wear. Abe tapped his foot as he waited. 5 minutes later, his grandmother returned with a stack of winter gear. Grandma, I am not wearing those pink polka dot snow pants, and those ugly boots are too big, he said. After arguing for a few minutes, his grandma conceded. What do you think conceded means? After he argued, his grandma blanked. He walked outside wearing a hat, coat, and gloves. He wore his normal sneakers on his feet. 10 minutes later, Abe returned. Brr! My feet got wet and turned into ice cubes. It's cold outside. Jake and I decided to play inside, but before I go over to his house, I told him that I need to take a warm bath. Now, as we go through, we will be going back and finding our evidence for every one. Number 1, the theme. Which statement describes the central message of this passage? When you see central message, I want you to think about what you are going to leave with and you can apply to your life. We'll be looking at this more in coming weeks. So what did you learn from this story? What did you learn from this story? Did you learn always wear boots in the winter? Listen to the advice adults because they usually know best. A true friend will share his belongings. When it is cold outside, play with your friends indoors. Well, I already know we can cross off some of these. They played outside, so this one is definitely wrong. Now, it is true that always wearing boots in the winter is a good idea, but I don't know if that's what this was trying to tell me or what I should have learned. A true friend will share his belongings. I don't remember Jake's friend sharing his belongings, so that one is definitely not it. How about listen to the advice of adults because they usually know best? Well, his grandma said he should dress warm, but then he didn't and his feet froze. Yes, so B is what this story was trying to teach us. Number 2, inference. I'll grab a different color. Remember, inferences is how we connect what we read to what we know. Why didn't Abe want to wear the snow pants? Now, he never said why he didn't want to. Grandma, I am not wearing those pink polka dot snow pants. So why do you think he didn't want to wear them? He didn't like the color or the design? He thought they would make him feel too hot? He thought they looked old? He thought it would take a long time to put them on, and he was in a hurry to get outside. So what connection can we make? Think about putting yourself in his shoes. Why do you think he didn't want to put them on? Because he didn't like that they were pink and polka dotted. Number 3, underline text evidence. So this means we are definitely going to underline something in the text, grab red, that supports your answer to this question. What are Abe and Jake planning to do outside? Well, let's go back up because we have to underline. Let's see. Well, I know Abe came in and asked if they wanted to go outside. They were planning to build a snow fort. Go ahead and underline that now. So not a snowman. They were planning on building a snow fort. Man, I'm glad I went back into my text because if I read that too fast, I may have thought that they were going to build a snowman. But nope, it was a snow fort. Number 4, cause and effect. These are one of the text structures that we've looked at. And cause and effect is a text structure of this passage. What happened after Abe played outside? He was tired, so he took a nap. He was cold, so he invited Jake to have hot chocolate with him. He dripped snow all over Grandma's kitchen. Or he was cold, so he took a bath. Let's grab purple and underline what he did. Oh, right here. He needed to take a warm bath because he was cold. D. Vocabulary. Which word or phrase contains a metaphor? Remember, a metaphor compares two words using is, are, was, were. So it's comparing two things. So first let's look at these and see if they're comparing two things. Ding dong, that's not comparing two things. They liked playing together. No, that's not comparing two things. My feet turned into ice cubes. Well, they're comparing their feet and ice cubes. Abe taps his foot as he waited. That's not comparing anything, so the only option is C. And finally, context clues. What does light mean in this phrase? A light winter coat. Do you think that means a pale color? Something that makes you able to see things? Weighing a small amount? Or to start a fire? Think about a light coat versus a heavy coat. What is a light coat? It weighs a small amount. All right, now this first one we did together, and our next one I'll be releasing a little bit more for you to do on your own. Once you are finished filling all of this out, you can move on to the next activity today.